Okay, waiting. There we go. Okay. Hello, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and Facebook. You guys can all interact now. Holy shit. Like, they finally fixed the bug. I can't believe it. Immature ejaculation, seriously? Anyway, long story, don't ask.
Stuff and things.
Yeah, that's how it happened. Anyway, stuff and things. Alright. Yeah, we are very fucking childish. I'm just gonna use the semen dice and be done with it instead of giving you guys the choice. Because everyone loves the semen. Everyone wants semen.
They are people of good taste.
Yes. Oh my.
Okay, so last time on Dragon Ball Z, I am going to give you guys the choice. Do you want to tell everyone what happened last time in character, or do you want to have me do it? Which is
I'm
more
fine
boring.
with either.
You do it.
Yeah, you do it.
Because I'm eating.
Lazy.
I'm eating.
Same.
God damn it! You guys are all lazy. All right, so there's a controlling
I'm
interest.
stuffing my face still.
There's a controlling interest, so 3 of you have said do it. Okay.
I'm inclined to agree for the sake of accuracy, because Half Pint in character is not very good at describing events happening. He's in a world of his own.
Alright, so last time, while they were going to bed for the first time in this mansion, after having met a huge army of Warforged that were paid for by the previous owners of this mansion, and having gathered all the soldiers that were all around the town who were basically sitting on their thumbs where it doesn't shine, and actually building an army out of them. Some ends that didn't get tied up too nicely came to visit them in the evening. They each had a different kind of dream. Except for, damn it, I should have had this thing out already. Motherfucker.
Except for me, because I know I didn't have no dream. At least if I did, I wasn't controlling one.
Yep. Mainly because it's not as easy to charm an elf. So they didn't even try the full-blooded elf that was there. Although they were successful.
You have to be very good at magic.
Yeah. But they were successful at casting it upon the half-elf.
It was a good dream, too.
And
I bet it was.
then a battle ensued.
They were
First,
also successful against the air genasi.
I was about to get to that in just a moment.
Well, you just
A
changed
battle,
the subject.
yeah, well, bear with me. A battle ensued between Carl and Kelby as Carl went to find out what the sound he heard from Kelby's room was. Just after that, our unlucky air genasi was met by another of these kind of dreams and awoke hating the rest of the gang.
Oh, thanks, Scoob.
Her exiting her room, which was the attic,
Yep. Still is.
made the ladder hit the ground, waking up everyone else. It isn't motherfucker.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Cassie's character's place is the church, not the attic.
Yep.
Well, no, it is the attic. but it was also a
It was?
yeah.
I thought the religious churchy thing was on a different level.
Nope, it's
guess
in
I
the
was wrong.
attic.
Guess
And
I was
it's
wrong.
only one Warforged that worships there.
Okay, so never mind. Forget what I said.
Anyway, because she ended up waking up the rest of the gang, a battle ensued between them as well. Rendo was able to do a flying knee into her face, waking her from this stupor, and the real enemy appeared. Flashback to Kelby and Carl. And Carl is able to, I forget how you did it, but you dealt damage to Kelby. I believe it was magic missiles.
Yeah.
It was either magic missile or bugs.
No, it
Yeah,
was the
it was
magic missiles, because each one was another saving throw you got to make,
That's right.
all but guaranteeing, because you were supposed to have advantage the first time and you didn't, and we forgot about it. And then from then on, I gave you advantage.
Yeah.
So the true assailant appeared, and it was the incubus with Carl and Kelby, and the succubus with Flutter and the rest.
What a sucky bitch.
The real battle began, and our heroes were victorious.
Yay.
With maybe a little help from General Triangle, who fell off a ladder, and Shield, who whoosh, incinerated the succubus in sacred flame. And they got to level up. So
Yeah, we raffle stomped them.
they are now level 5. Hello, HD Cat. You don't need to text me. I just greeted you.
Hey, it's like everyone's favorite HD cat person. Yay. Hi.
So, you were able to sleep well the rest of the evening. So you got your full benefits of a full, long rest.
I did finish that dream without the sucky bitch involved.
Yes, and now there would be a wet spot on your bed, but you're an air genasi, so it was kind of like a fan.
Stop it.
Just
Ew. I just had to put that image in my head, man.
Nah, see, it just dried out before.
no matter what she
before
does,
woke up.
she's giving a blowjob. Ha 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 ha. All right, I'm done. That was fucking sexist as hell,
Yes, it was.
but also hilarious.
I guess you say with all this hot weather, I'm full of hot
Stop.
air.
Stop. Okay.
I was
Okay.
doing it at myself, not Cassie.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Well, I was full of hot air earlier, as she can attest.
oh
Oh my
jeez.
god.
Oh boy.
But I used to be full of hot air. Anyway, moving on. So,
No, I didn't. HD cat. No, I didn't.
no, I didn't. Or no, he
No, he-
didn't.
Yeah.
Any whore. I need
Nah,
a
you gotta
drink.
be selective.
Yes. And you have to Photoshop
Exactly.
to remove the extra head that's like right in the middle. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Anywho.
Moving on. So, the morning has come.
Am I?
Yes, you can hear her shaking her head.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Crinkle noises.
had you wanted to begin your conquest, you could do it now. Or you could see what else you can do within the town. The world is your oyster. Well, part of it is. We'll find out how much of it you can make your oyster eventually.
Oh,
So.
my.
All of you.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Stuff and things.
I'm
And
just
that
flitting
left tree with a
around.
missile. He's about to shoot a gnome with it. What the fuck? Really? Cat, really?
Yep. Going down to dinner. Or
It's
breakfast.
You eat in reverse,
Apparently.
and it just
I was too
projectile
short.
vomits.
Yeah,
No,
might as
I'm
well have
kidding.
dessert first.
It's your breakfast.
Yep.
To breakfast.
Sorry. The car's
Yep.
going to breakfast too.
Have a
Gotta go
nice-
get me a full common.
Yep.
That's kind of an in joke, but I'll let you guys in on it. There's a kind of breakfast like that's called the full English, which I will let our beautiful Flutter be the one who explains it while I go load this with water.
Well, it's eggs and sausage and bacon and a grilled tomato and just lots of yummy goodness. Sometimes I also throw
black pudding.
yeah. We don't get black pudding here. They don't sell it.
Very nice. It's very good.
Yeah,
Very
they
good.
don't sell it around here. But I
Fried
have
mushrooms?
added. Ooh, yes, fried
We
mushrooms
need
I've
to
done.
do that more often.
And then also sometimes to add to it, just to make it extra
bread?
British. I was doing beans on
Regular
toast.
toast.
Fried
Mmm,
bread.
toasty.
Didn't do fried bread. I just toasted it and threw
fried
some
toasted?
beans on it.
That was my
Beans-
favorite part about
beans are
visiting
good.
Ireland was the Ulster fried breakfasts.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, as
So
you
lots of
guys go
yummy stuff.
downstairs,
I want it all. I want it all now. I'm hungry. I just finished dinner, but I'm hungry.
the Warforged that are dressed as waiters, well, not waiters, butlers and maids, basically accommodate every need you have, and they don't seem like you can't see their face at all, but their body posture. Whoever has insight as a trained skill, I want you to give me an insight roll.
Okay.
Case, give me a minute.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I've got
Only if you have it as
investigation
a
as a trait.
trained skill.
I have it
I
trained.
do.
One of my skills is investigation. Does that count?
Nice.
No.
No, investigation does not.
Alright, so,
Mine was
I got it.
25.
Jesus.
I got a dirty 20.
He said investigation, right?
Insight.
Insight.
Okay. I heard investigation, so threw me. All right, got dirty 20 on insight as well.
Oh, shit. You have that as a trained skill?
Yes.
Okay. Alright,
I
so
got a 15.
you notice? Oh, yeah, you have, I forgot. Yeah, all of you have some form of insight. Neat. Except for Half Pint. So, actually, Kelby, you don't really notice this as much because you just notice they're moving kind of stiff. The rest of you notice they don't seem to have any sort of resentment. You imagine what they're doing right now is like maybe a hobby or some kind of relaxing thing for them.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It's very unlike anyone you've ever seen feeding you before.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Intriguing. Intriguing.
And the food, by the way, it's only kind of middling. It's not really the best you've ever had, but it's far from the worst you've eaten.
Solidly
It's
edible.
good, but not. It's good, but not great. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like a professional chef made it. It's more like,
Gotcha.
something you would get at, say, Motel 666 or something. Because I have to make it D&D related. So, that doesn't mean it's an evil place. It's just Motel 666. So, are you guys going to converse over breakfast? Because you guys just had kind of a rough night.
You know, that sucky bitch sucked, but she was hot.
Is your face okay?
Yes. Yes. Thank
Well, it seems like her, I guess male counterpart was kind of a dick, so, I mean, not to be overly sexual, but I kind of, did it to his face, so, yeah, I magic missiled his face.
Good. He deserved it.
Yes, yes, he did. I can tell you what. And also, hi, Moose.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Carl.
Hey, Moosey.
It was all him.
It's alright, I forgive you. I mean, to be fair, you were kind of controlled by that jerk wall, so, I mean, to some degree, you are forgiven. So to much of a degree, it's not all your fault, so it's all good. Besides, I got to finish him off, so it's all good.
Okay.
Yep.
And I proceed
Indeed.
to continue stuffing my face.
Yes.
Meat.
I never stopped stuffing his face. He's just shoving it in there. With all the manners you would expect from a kobold.
Oh, and one thing happened just before you started eating. As you were raising your hands up to just start digging in, you kind of felt your hands get wiped.
What?
This is just half pint.
Oh.
And your hands were clean once you started eating.
I get it.
Oh no, looks like you're gonna have to remess your mess there.
Upon looks up, he tries to say something, but there's just food in there already, and there's just like
And the Warforged that you look at nods. It's kind of hard to describe their body language. Roll a wisdom roll anyway, just because you're the one looking directly at it. Just wisdom, because you don't have insight as a trained skill.
Is that me?
Yes.
My wisdom is -1.
All right.
So that is a d20 -1. Roll 17.
You get that he thinks he did the right thing, and he's encouraging you to eat. Without saying anything.
I'll find just sort of use a bit more swallows. Thank you.
Thank you.
It bows and then walks away.
Just sort of waves. Bye. Resumes eating.
Yum, 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 yum.
So,
Can't beat the service here.
and
Alright.
as you say that, General Triangle and Rhombus walk into the room and just stand at attention.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, guys.
I find looks excited. He just waves at his friends.
It is a bright morning.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I'll ask them if they would like to sit with us.
Excuse me.
I regret to say we would gain no sustenance from it. We merely wait.
So that makes me think, what do Warforged eat if they do?
They don't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Oh, then do they have like some recharging station or something? I mean, they gotta run out of battery at some point.
It's not really battery.
It's magic.
Yeah, it's not even really. They just rest by not doing anything.
Oh, okay. So they go into sleep mode technically.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I got you. I think I get it now. Anyways, continue.
It's magical Duracell. It just keeps going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
They also don't have an expiration date.
That's also a good thing, I guess.
when we're using them for battle. Absolutely.
Okay, so we pretty much have everything set up with our guard, and we're going to have that handled for us.
Awesome.
So I look at General. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said awesome. That's all.
So I look at General Triangle, and I asked him about these plans to attack this neighboring town.
We weren't given much information, but we will follow whatever orders you give. All we were told was we were to attack that place. Never why.
I don't think we have to necessarily attack right away. I think it would be a loss of resources and potentially troops to just run into it. And it would be a loss of resources of attacking the town.
Yeah.
I think we should try to get them and nudge them into joining.
So,
Rhombus.
like a diplomatic mission.
Yeah, we need to think
Except
up
if
some
you
good
don't do it out of
strategery
choice.
anyway.
Yeah. Reconnaissance first.
I guess.
Feel
Hey,
the
nice.
lay of the land.
If we can take it without you spending resources, the better. If we have to smash it, we will.
And Rhombus steps forward and turns to Triangle and says, "This one agrees. Resources are light. We are unable to restore fallen units."
And I don't want to lose our troops if we don't have to.
Agreed.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to agree with you on that one.
There's always loss in war, but let's not lose it unnecessarily.
Exactly.
Wise
Executory.
words.
Well, I, if needed, volunteer as diplomatic envoy.
So you volunteer as tribute then, gotcha.
Yes. Well, if diplomacy goes bad, then then there is fighting. And
Yeah, true.
Have
True,
we-
true.
Have we done any scouting? I mean, has your troops done any scouting?
We had not been ordered.
Okay. So they have probably no idea anything's coming up. I say we take a stroll over there.
Do you wish for us to accompany?
Maybe a few of you. I don't want to come in as a tyrant.
Yeah, no
But
guns
I also don't want them to get the idea that we don't have enough power.
3 should be sufficient. I will
Sounds good.
remain here and drill the troops.
Acceptable.
Rhombus turns and says, "This one requests entry."
Entry, you say?
whoa, now.
From my experience,
Query.
that means he wants to come along.
Mm-hmm.
He points the shield arm toward Flutter. "This one understands."
Nod to him. Acceptable.
And you hear from upstairs, "I would wish to take my hand with you as well." And you see, you especially notice, Shield, basically your roommate,
Yeah.
coming down the stairs.
It's always handy to have another caster.
Steve might be helpful as well. Or dodecahedron.
Hee.
Well, I'll take her advice on who to. Not knowing, these troops yet.
You've met both. Well, no.
But not knowing well.
You've met Steve.
Yeah,
You haven't met dodecahedron. However,
I'm Steve.
you hear dodecahedron, Carl, and you remember dodecahedron was the one who was studying with you in the library.
Oh, I remember that dodecahedron guy. He was in that library with me studying and stuff when we first got here.
And you remember he had soot, like, painted around his face like it was a long mustache?
Yeah. Apparently an interesting touch, but he does that, and he'll do that's just him, so whatever.
Sounds like a good full team to me.
Alrighty.
I would require one of the two remain. The two are potent spellcasters.
Well, you want me to stay here or something?
No,
One of them are
unnecessary.
Oh.
Eating a sandwich subscribed! Yay!
Well, I mean, Shield asked first.
Shield is already going, is she not? Is
She
Shield
is.
not?
Oh, I thought you meant one of the... Okay. I apologize for my misunderstanding.
Steve or dodecahedron.
Okay.
Let's take Steve.
Alright.
Steve, it is.
Steve-o!
How far away is this town?
It, on last check, was 4 days' travel on foot.
Oh boy. There's gonna be one hell of a walk.
I say we get mounts and get ready to head out.
Mounts works, I guess.
I will
Oh,
retrieve
hi.
Steve.
Thank you, Shield.
Thank you.
Half-Punch just
She
sort
nods
hopped
to
up
both of
down
you.
in his... Half-Punch just sort of hopped up down in his seat. Cart. He just says, he just says cart. He just sort of gestures in the direction where the cart is that they got.
The cart would be handy. Just in case.
And as you're saying that, you see Steve come back in. You remember that he had the straw hat that Kelby now has?
Yep.
You said court. I can handle that. And turns around, walks over to the cart, and then... Have you guys ever seen Beast Wars?
Yep.
Yes,
It's been
I
a
loved
long
it.
time.
I own it.
Okay, now... Oh shit! Foxy
Thanks
the
to-
Pirate Changeling!
Wait, who?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Thank you!
Thank you.
If
You
they
watch.
subbed,
You watch Steve clunk and become like a wooden and metal horse.
thanks to Netflix, I was able to see that show.
And just turn its head to you, and then turn its head slightly to Shield. Shield is like stunned for a moment. Understood. And then begins to tie the cart to Steve.
Okay.
That is so
You
cool.
can probably understand why he was watching the horses now.
Steve is now extra cool.
Yup.
He's a keeper.
Make sure you got them
I like
sugar
good
cubes.
times. I don't believe Warforged require sugar cubes.
Well, neither do regular horses, but
Do it anyway.
do them anyway.
My point is, we have no need to eat.
And besides, I think you kind of meant that as a joke. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding of it.
'Twas a joke.
She turns to Rhombus and tilts her head a little. Rhombus tilts his head the other direction. Pulls out the two arms from his abs, and all four arms shrug. And he reaches one of the extra arms down to half pint.
Half-Pint looks up. This looks at the hand. Climbs up.
And he once again holds you like a little foo-foo dog. And then climbs into the cart. And you see it kind of shrinks down a little bit. You notice the apples aren't there anymore. But there is, like, 2 crates. Like, all the way towards the front of the cart.
Okay.
That was it.
I go to gather my horse.
My Gertis Curdy.
You're still... I'm a crate. Jesus. I'm a crate, you're a crate, everybody's... I don't know. I
Hi,
was
Cody.
going for the Dr. Pepper thing.
Hi, Kenny.
It's the guy that does the thing.
I just spoke to him earlier. I played Final Fantasy XIV. He invited me to his free company.
Okay.
By the way,
Alrighty
guys, and this actually goes to HD Cat too, who might be happy about this. A Final Fantasy is going to come back to my channel. I'm going to be probably, if I'm lucky, playing with his free company on voice chat and streaming it. But
Nice.
yeah, I love your daughter. The pictures are so goddamn
Oh my
cute.
God, yes. The pickle picture.
Pickle
She
picture.
loves pickles.
I loved it.
You don't expect
That
little
sounds
babies
adorable.
to like pickles, but she's like,
Oh, we're talking about an actual
She
pickle. Okay,
loves
I thought we
them.
were talking about like her being in a pickle costume.
No.
no, she
I guess
loves
not.
pickles.
Legit pickles.
Ah.
Pickles
Well,
that are
what-
green, like this
wait,
green
which kind of
flame
pickles
pen.
Which kind of pickles does she like?
That was not specified in the picture. I do not know.
Dill?
Well, the thing is, I love dill pickles, so I love this baby. So.
Oh, you just love the baby anyway.
Okay,
But anyway,
fair, but it's just I love her even more because I also love dill pickles. Dill pickles are good. Oh God! Oh, that's adorable.
we
Oh.
got completely derailed by talking about your baby.
Cody, it's a Cody's baby
She
distraction.
is
Woo!
adorable. All right, anyway, moving on.
Anyways, back to the story.
Back to Dragon Ball Z. So,
Kosher pickles are good, I guess.
safe to presume everybody's getting in the cart?
Yep. Yep.
Now, do we have a stable where I can get my own horse?
Shield actually stands up, kind of looks at the Steve horse for a second. Does the equivalent of, does kind of the body motions of a sigh, and then turns to you. 1 moment, please. Jumps off the cart and heads towards the stables.
Grab one for me too, please.
Understood.
Thank you.
She comes back, and she has 2 horses at her sides. You are welcome. Huh?
Thank her.
You are welcome.
Thank you. And I picked the prettiest one.
Ew.
The-
You guys
the-
actually
the-
drink the pickle juice? Ew. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it's
Yeah.
kind of good for you because it kills bacteria. It's
Yeah.
one of the reasons
Also
why we
good for
pickle
cramps.
things.
Yep. Great for cramps.
but
Also
drink it,
great for
though?
hangovers.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to straight drink it, you can also
They're
Dip-
pickle juice
you can dip
ice
chips
creams.
in it.
You can shoot it up too. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't
It's
shoot it
also
up.
great for nausea.
Yeah, it's actually
Replacing
spectacular
electrolytes, yeah.
for nausea. But yeah, pickle juice is really good for you. Like, you may think it's gross, but it's actually really good for
Full
you.
of electrolytes.
Yep. What plants crave.
Anyways,
So,
No, I don't, HD Cat. I'm not that kinky.
instead of describing the horses, I will let the 2 of you, starting with Rendo, describe the horse that you are taking.
Oh, just a black, war horse style.
And that is
Very
exactly
nice.
what you received.
Very nice saddle, very nice setup for the Emperor.
All right. And again, that is exactly what you receive. And Kelby, how does your horse look?
My horse is it's essentially the horse equivalent of a brown and white cow pattern, which is a pinto horse. And
So
it's
like,
the brown and white.
I thought that was a Palomino. Or are they just blonde?
Pintos are cow patterned.
Okay. So pretty much 90% of the horses in Breath of the Wild. Got it.
Yeah.
yeah, Palomino
Yeah,
are just gold.
Palominos are the blonde. Yeah, or gold.
Mr. Ed was a Palomino. Wilbur.
Yep.
I knew him, Horatio. I don't know. I'm done. Moving on. Yeah, Cassie had to introduce me to look at my horse. Because I had never
My
fucking
horse
heard
is
of it.
amazing.
And I didn't realize that it was done by the same guy who did Badger, 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 Mushroom, and so on.
Yep.
That's real.
And it apparently was around the same time. It just wasn't as popular where I lived.
You didn't live there.
Fatty Big Eye.
And then there was the Santa remake for
JoeCartoon.com.
the Christmas.
And Spanking the Monkey.
Alright, please stop.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, there's also the Harry Potter version of that too.
yes, alright, we're going to stop that. Moving on. So, is there anything that you wanted to do in town before you left, or are you just heading out now?
Well, I'm assuming we're going to get supplies and everything else, and it's going to be a 4-day trip.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
past that, I'm ready to go.
Alright.
I'm ready.
I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to do.
No, I'm good. I'm ready to head on out. I want to get this whole diplomatic thing over with anyway.
So you're going to try to get supplies for the trip first? Is that what you said?
I would imagine we would want to get supplies with the trip being a
All right.
4-day trip.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to have you roleplay for it, but I'm just going to say that's what's already in the crates.
Yes.
So- Save you guys some fucking time so we can move on and do
Cool.
some cool shit.
But is there poop in the crates?
No.
No,
However,
that's in
there
your
are a
pocket.
couple of empty jars.
But where we are traveling with a couple horses, there's plenty of droppings coming.
Yeah, just not from the one pulling the cart.
Our client will remain vigilant. for horsely, for equine toilet breaks.
They don't stop to poop. So depending on where you're sitting, you might get all that you need.
Oh, half pint and all is poopy.
Half-Pint is gonna draw his Warforged friend's attention to his current objective. He looks up. You help us.
I just unloaded ass and Cassie is like, "Ugh." Sorry, go ahead. You got his attention to.
Half-Pint looks up. We can like the poop. We like the poop. He gestures to the horses.
He just kind of holds you out towards the front of the cart. Like it doesn't even appear like it's a strain for him to do so, because you're tiny, and you probably weigh less than his shield arm does.
Oh god, I love Scorpio's characters. They're funny as hell. And they're very amusing.
Yes.
Really? I got the same thing as the first time. They really want me to use that, but no.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, that might be interesting. Alright. Hold on. I have to scratch. Yes, of course they have a YouTube channel. It's Modern Day. What the hell? I'm actually gonna check, because I have no idea what this is. Mondays. And live now.
Yeah, I kind of like Jack Black, not gonna lie.
Yes, he is pretty dope.
Although he does look a little weird though with the beard, but then again, that's just him. Like bang, 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 and 50. What?
Added to my previous comment.
Oh, okay. Not gonna lie, HD Cat, I like that song. Turns into a plane. Anyways, enough about me going
Okay,
down memory
now
lane
that
with me.
I've responded. So someone messaged me while I'm streaming, and I'm like, "Hey, I am currently streaming on blah." See, I'm
Just
real.
so blasé.
Anyway, yes, bang, bang, bang. So as you're going, by the way, mark that you caught like 1 or 2 little horse apple droppings.
1 or 2?
Yep.
So I shall add 2.
2 horse turds that came flying out in you because of your nimble hands. Were able to be like,
Okay.
doink, doink, right in your pockets.
Half-Pint is currently carrying 3 poops.
Yes, don't high-five anyone. It will be gross.
Come on, Half-Pint's not gonna think about that, is he?
Well,
No.
you never know.
So, I want a party-wide perception check.
Okay. Seriously, who's he gonna high-five? He's like 3 foot tall.
Train of perception.
Okay,
Yes.
so...
A low 5 is a high 5 for you.
Dirty 20
Perception.
again. Woohoo!
Say,
Shit.
funny thing, my good man, I also got a dirty 20.
I got a 15.
21.
I got a 16.
Jesus.
We're observant
We
today.
spot it.
I know.
Kelby,
In real life, I'm very perceptive.
So
16.
you see off on the left side, from the range that you're seeing it, because at least 3 of you got over 20. You see a lot of feathers, and you hear a shrieking, but not a bird-like shriek. One of them sounded like help,
Me.
like the word help.
Yeah, boy.
As we
Half-price?
travel down the road, I hear a man go shriek. He's being attacked by a mob
It's a
of
woman.
chickens that have rabies.
Half pint
So
attention
was this
has
the
been
Legend of
grabbed.
Zelda?
About how far away is this?
Sorry, I can't help it.
About 200 feet and forward and 100 feet to your left. Can you do the
Oh, I see.
Pythagorean theorem to get the...
1
Never
squared
mind.
plus 2 squared
Never mind.
plus
Don't worry.
5 squared.
Numbers.
5. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Too many numbers.
I turn to the group and say, "We need to check this out."
I'm going to have to side with him on that one because I'm curious. myself.
223.61
And I'm going
feet.
Thank you.
to
That.
take off towards it.
Half pint wholeheartedly agrees that he should help the people. Helping is good, after all.
Half pint, hop on.
I'm kind of still in the cart, so I might have to wait a little bit.
Half pint looks up at his warforged friend. Will we help?
You actually kind of notice the horse, or robotic looking horse, that's pulling the cart kind of turned back and is now turning towards the location.
Okay, awesome.
Although it's not as fast as the
Individual horses.
other horses are.
It's
'cause of the
okay.
cart.
I'm a caster.
Half
Us
pint, you want to
casters
get there
can-
faster?
Half pint is reluctant to leave his large warforged friend.
Go, they need you. And
Alright.
he holds you out. And it's actually rather easy for you to catch. Or not catch, but, come over and
Take.
grab half pint.
Alright, Jay. In that
I
case,
grab
we
half pint, and I plop him in front of me.
What is Kelby's strength?
I very strugglingly plop him in front of me.
Is it
I have an
8?
And he
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you have a little trouble holding him. So I'm going to need half pint to roll a dexterity check, please.
Is that a dexterity save or is that a dexterity +3 or +5? No, wait, is it +4? or +5?
Acrobatics can be added.
Acrobatics.
So if
that's
you've
a
got that
plus-
higher. Huh?
Is it a dexterity save?
No, acrobatics
Yes.
check.
Oh, acrobatics is +3. +3 and 22.
Alright, so you have no trouble. Like, as he reaches out, he almost, like, drops you. But you're like, whoom, wrap your legs around his arm. And now you're just kind of inchworming your way backwards up his arm.
And while this is all going on, Carl's looking to see if anyone's fine with, him tagging along on their horse.
There's only one other horse, and that would be your boss man. Are you waiting for anyone to ask for a ride, or?
I think us casters should, I'm pretty... My AC's fine.
It's
I'm
alright, I'll wait with the it's alright, I'll wait with our mechanical horse. I'll wait him
I'll
to
take the
me.
cart too. The cart's going
Yeah,
that
I'm
way,
on-
just
I'm
not as
taking
fast.
off.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you too, Marcus. Don't worry.
Alright, well, at least I'm not alone.
Giddy up on after Rendo.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
The comment section is going
Oh,
wild.
Jesus. Please.
I've heard
don't.
worse.
But
It's HD Cat being HD
Don't say
Cat
stuff that'll drive away my viewers, Cat. Try to contain yourself a little bit. If you wouldn't say it in a group full of, you know, men, women, and children that you care about, I know you're one of my good friends. And hopefully you're coming to my wedding. But please, I'm begging. Because I have this stuff appearing on my screen. And YouTube can kick me off for that shit.
All right.
Remember that. Alright, anyway. Love you guys. Moving on. So, you are now, those that are on the horses are 90 feet away from this feathered altercation, and those that are on the cart are now 120 feet away from the altercation.
Okay. I got spell slot.
And are you guys getting ready to begin your assault?
Well, can I actually see what is
Chicky.
doing the attacking?
Yes. They look like huge, ugly
Huge.
chickens. Like, you oh, no, don't laugh. Believe me. When you see what they look like, you'll be like, okay.
I know what this is.
Yeah.
It's the creature I think it is that I may know too.
There we go. That is not a friendly thing.
I'm waiting for the thing to catch up on my end, so hold on.
What is the weather like right now?
Oh my god, that thing is ugly as shit.
Yes, it is ugly as shit.
I just saw the name of it, and I kind of knew it was a cockatrice. So.
All right, it is currently partly cloudy, with a 17% chance of rain.
Okay. So
And a
wouldn't qualify as
25% chance of
stormy.
meatballs.
Wouldn't qualify as stormy. Darn.
Oh, I know what this thing is, but there's half pint.
To know what those that see the things, I want you to roll a nature or arcana.
Ugh.
Whichever is
Either
higher.
has +1.
3.
19.
Dirty 20.
Nope, I got a 19.
I said afterward a chance of meatballs. And what did you get, Emperor?
Oh, 3. Sorry.
Oh, you got a grand total of 3. Okay. You have no fucking clue what they are, but they look ugly.
Ugly as
Do I
fuck.
see
I got a grand total
help
of
damsel in distress?
9?
19.
19.
Okay. So, everyone except for the Emperor. You've heard of these things before. They have a tendency to, well,
Make
not
things
be
wrong
very
for
nice.
Half pint
You
just
don't
starts-
want to get bitten by one of these things.
Half pint just sort of gets not terribly comfortable. He's just sort of bad. Turn you to stone. Don't get bit.
I kind of like to think of them as Medusa chickens.
Yes, although you can look them in the eye.
Thankfully. But
Good
still,
thing we're
even
back here on the
zombies-
cart.
So, as you guys are calling back and forth, 2 of them turn and look right at you. And it is now time.
Ooh.
Roll for initiative.
So
Does that include me and Cassie's character? Or...
Yes.
Yes.
We're close enough. A lot of our spells will reach.
Okay, figured I'd ask just in case.
Blimey, the roll gods are smiling on me tonight. 19.
Hold on to your rolls until I ask.
Okay.
All right. So above 20, please.
Not high.
Nope.
All right. 15 to 20.
Oh,
19.
I also got a 19.
18.
All right. I want both of you that have a 19 to roll for me.
Okay.
Roll what?
Another D20. Just plain D20. Just tell me what you get.
I got a 10.
3.
So I guess I'm
Got a
first.
3.
Hold on.
Oh,
I have to mark that.
Okay. Take your time. I'm in no rush.
Hey, half pint. Roll the D20 again.
Roll it again?
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
Okay, thank you.
Guess I'm still going first.
And you got 18?
Yep.
Thank you.
And I know what spell I'm using.
Alright then.
When, what initiative order does the cart move on?
Cart moves on 8.
Okay.
I had to roll Steve's initiative. Oh, and I'm just gonna have shield, and I'm not gonna use one that's that high. That would make you guys. There we go. That's better. Okay, the other two go after the cart. 10 to 15.
11.
All right. I'll need you to re-roll, please. Or roll a d20 for me again.
2.
Okay, thank you. And 5 to 10, please.
6.
All right. All right. So, we are now in initiative. Carl, you are ready and loaded for bear. What are you doing?
Let's see. Well, you said that there were at least a couple heading toward the cart.
2 of them just turned around,
Oh, okay.
and it looks like they're ready to attack the cart and everything.
Oh, okay. And are there just 2 or are there more?
You see a couple of them chasing a figure off a little bit further down.
Oh, so there's like at least more than 2. Okay. Well, let's see. And I assume they're within a 120-foot range thing.
These, yes, they are just at the
120
edge.
feet. Yep.
Alright, so they're just within range. Okay, gotcha. In that case, I will do... I think I will do a level 1 magic missile. Just to start things off with a bang.
All right. Are
Yeah.
you attacking one of them with all 3, or are you separating between the 2 of them?
I think I'll just do all 3 hit 1. So
All right. Left or
Seems like
right?
I'll hit the one on the right. So
All right.
Dice, then I'll give you my number. All right.
So I forgot. What do you do to cast your magic missiles again?
Essentially, do like a Doctor Strange, like mystic circle thingy, that sort of thing, and then just the arrow and the missiles come like right out of it.
Zing.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
And the magical number is.
By the way, those on YouTube, before he gives me the number, if you want one of those sweet little badges next to your name, like Cody has, you got to hit join down below. And what he has is for having it for longer than 6 months, because he's been joined for that long.
Because he's that dedicated.
Yes, I don't know why.
So,
So how much damage did you deal?
I did a total of 11.
All right. Oof. All right, and you still have your bonus action. Is there anything that can reach there, or something you can
1
do?
1 year, 8 months from Cody.
1 year, 8 months. Good God!
Bear with me a second here. I have a few things tabbed. So, so far the only ones that can hit that far are some of the are mainly higher level
Leveled
spells.
spell?
I have no yeah,
Right.
mainly leveled spells and no cantrips. Sadly,
All right,
all my cantrips are like 30 to 60.
you're good.
Okay, yeah,
All right,
I'm good for now.
and bear with me.
Yay, bears! And bears.
The
I thought
one
we
that
were
you
fighting
actually
death
hit.
creatures.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
The one that you hit takes the hits and then starts to flap its wings and take off into the air and is rushing toward the nearest one. You just spoke, so Kelby, high or low?
Low, because I've got a half pint in front of me.
Okay,
Short.
well, sadly, it rolled low. It's flying towards you. It
Okay.
doesn't get close enough to actually do anything. However, it's prepared to. So, it is now 50 feet from you.
Well, 50 feet
Okay.
from us, they were closer.
No, 50 feet
Oh,
from
him?
them.
Okay.
Because he's on a
Oh,
horse.
yeah.
His horse
And
is
that horse is
amazing.
amazing.
Alright, anyway.
I
Fuck
wonder
you.
if it tastes like raisins.
No, it tastes like horse. Anyway, half pint. The horse is actually going on Kelby's turn, just in case you're curious.
Half pint is going to nope into stealth. He's gonna hop off. He's gonna leap from the horse and just sort of roll into the nearest hiding spot.
Hidey hole.
Well, the grass is about 2 feet tall.
He's only 3 feet, so he can lay down and army crawl it.
Yeah,
Hell, he can just
absolutely.
The
Crouch.
things are like, one of them's like 50 feet from him.
Well, what if it goes blind? Well, what if it momentarily gets distracted and doesn't see him?
I mean, 2 feet tall grass, half pint can hide.
I
in
know.
that.
I'm just saying. I am only saying.
They.
I'm gonna
Alright, so go ahead.
Try to nope into stealth. I mean, he's leaping from the horse. Does that require a saving throw of any kind?
It requires a dexterity acrobatics check.
Acrobatics is +3. So that's a +3. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. That's a dexterity, isn't it? No, acrobatics is +4. +4.
Yay.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
So even better.
19.
19?
Yay.
Alright.
19 for the leap from the horse.
And you're going
So I
stealth
imagine-
immediately?
And I'm going stealth immediately, so that is...
Stealth check.
Stealth check is +8. So it's a 20. 20 for
All right.
stealth.
You believe you are hidden. And are you doing anything else?
What can I do?
You can try to close some of the distance by moving 30 feet toward the thing. However, you'll remain in stealth because you notice the grass doesn't actually get lower.
I'm all right then. I'm gonna try and get a little closer. Cautiously
All right.
so.
Yay, they're getting closer.
Halfpint knows what these things are. He's not gonna talk about. They are dangerous things.
All right. And you're
don't
not
know
close
much,
enough
but
to
he knows
attack,
this.
although you're not close enough to do melee. However, if you want to chuck a dagger at it, you could hit it from here.
I am going to bide my time. I'm going to wait till my next turn before I do anything.
All right. It hasn't acted yet. So if you were able to tag this thing, you'd get assassinate,
Ooh.
which lets you double your damage.
Anything stopping me using my short bow?
Oh, yeah, you can use your short bow. You could have used your short bow from where you landed.
Oh. Well, I'm closer now anyway. Less chance of missing, I suppose.
All right.
Yay,
But would that
Welcome back,
bring me
Moose.
out of stealth?
Hit or miss, yes, unless you have the skulker feat, which makes it so you can still remain stealthed.
I
on a
do
miss.
have the skulker feat.
Oh, you do.
I do have.
So if you
skulker.
miss,
How
you
convenient.
remain stealthed. However, you hit, you crit.
All right, I'm gonna
Win-win.
try and short bow this
better.
nearest one.
Roll at advantage because you are hidden. It cannot see you.
Plus 5 to hit at advantage. I will roll twice. First is 25. That's 20.
Pretty
That's
pretty
a
much
nat.
hits, but roll again because you might get a nat 20.
That was a nat.
Nope, 30. The
Oh.
first one is a nat 20 plus 5.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go with a nat 20
So
plus
yeah,
5.
nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize it was a nat 20.
Well, he said
Whoops.
plus 5, and he said he got 25.
Yep.
Therefore,
You're
That is a nat
it
20
should
plus
have
5.
it should have been a higher attack bonus.
No, that is
To hit.
rolling to hit.
Yeah, it should have been higher.
Really?
Because plus 4 for your dex, and then plus, I believe, plus 3 now that you're level 5.
yeah, for your proficiency.
So you should have a plus 7
Oh.
to hit.
Oh, well, all right.
So
Even
it's
better.
So even better.
27.
27.
Exactly.
So go
All
ahead
right,
and
then.
roll your 4d6 now, and then give me double the result, and add 4.
4d6.
Yes, because you sneak attack.
Okay, 4d6.
Damn.
4d6. And I roll 4d6. That is 3, 5, 4, 1 plus 0. 13.
13 times 2,
Okay. That
so
is
26
26.
plus 4. So 30
plus
damage.
Damn.
30 damage.
So explain to me what it looks like as you hit this thing with the arrow. Like, how exactly you want to describe the carnage. Because, yeah, it doesn't have that many HP.
You see this tiny kobold just pop out of grass, and within a fraction of a second, this arrow just shoot up, goes through one eye socket, comes out the other one, and that thing it just drops. It's so quick, blink and you miss it.
Like, it kind of spins on its way down, too. Alright. And Flutter.
All right. So I am going to cast Call Lightning
Oh, Jesus.
How shocking.
because I'm 120 feet away.
And you watch as some of the clouds overhead kind of coalesce. And Which one are you attacking? Obviously,
The next one that's still within 120 feet.
Blam! Alright, so there's a dex saving throw, I believe?
Yes.
Bam, bam, shazam.
DC 14.
Yeah, I don't think a 6 makes that.
Nope. Nope, it does not.
Yay.
So that is 3d10 lightning.
Jesus. Good God!
Oh, wow.
Holy
That's
shit,
awesome.
3D.
Okay.
3d10 down.
19,
That'll
27
do,
damage.
donkey.
27.
27.
Damn.
And you watch this lightning bolt just shoot. Well, the way lightning works is it actually goes from the bottom up. So you just watch this what used to be a cockatrice just get feathers just fall around and incinerate away from the body as it just falls straight down right on the ground. And it was running at the time, so it's like
He dead.
all right. And you're still on the cart. Are you jumping off or anything?
Nope, I'm gonna chill on the cart.
All right.
I actually kind of wonder what
And-
cockatrice meat tastes like.
Well,
We can find
if
out.
you want, you can find out.
Probably tastes like
I have to
chicken.
remove 2 of these from the list here. Because
Yeah,
both
tastes
of
like
them
chicken.
are absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken. Rock hard chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, bad joke, I know.
All right. So, Rendo. You still see several of them pursuing a woman. Because you are on a horse, I will only have movement and dash action operated by the horse's movement and action. So they can travel 120 feet in a turn, going full tilt. And then all you have available to you at the end of that is your own action and bonus action. So
Cool.
you are in range to catch one of the ones that is still pursuing this figure that's running off towards a couple of hills and trees.
Okay, well, I'll pull the horse up beside it, 'cause I don't want to, because I don't get knocked off. But, and then 2 daggers. I mean, not daggers, 2 darts.
All right. They count as monk weapons, so I believe at your level, monks' weapons are upgraded to D6s or monk abilities.
Yep.
Let me just double check,
I believe
Noise.
so.
because
Oh,
if so,
there, I
that
missed that.
is ridiculous. Yeah, level 5.
Table says martial arts is D6.
Yep, and that extends to your thrown weapons.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Yeah,
What? That's convenient.
even
It is.
better.
Because you're fueling it with your martial arts ability. So,
With your
go
fists.
ahead.
Alright, so I doubt the first one hits. That's an 11.
Roll your damage. It just tags it.
Yay!
That is 5 damage.
All right.
And the second one definitely hits. That's a 21.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a 6. That's a 9.
All right. 6 or 9, dude.
9.
So that is... There we go. All right. I was, like, doing 69, dude. It was... Never mind. And it stops and then turns, flaps off the ground, and is rushing at you to bite you.
How far away am I from it?
You are... He traveled 100 feet to get there.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You haven't gone yet, so you're still 90 feet from where the others were.
Okay.
or more accurately, where the 50 feet from where the other one stopped. All right, so does a 14 hit your armor class?
It does not.
So it goes in to try to peck at you, and just right past you, and starts flapping behind you. And it looks like it's ready to try to go again, but it's not really ready yet. So, next up, Steve is moving the cart closer. He is traveling 120 feet. You guys are now... you are now... God damn it.
Well,
Actually,
don't keep us in
yeah,
suspense.
you're fuck.
What?
120 feet from... Yeah, you are right where where that smoking, sizzling one was.
Yep.
Ah.
So now
Yes,
are we
we're-
120 feet from the next one?
You are 100 feet from the next one.
Okay.
Well, we're a little closer.
Kelby, it
Yes.
is now your turn.
I gallop on up, not quite all of the way
All right.
to where Rendo is. I go to about 20 feet away from the angry chicken,
Angry chicken.
and I cast at level 2 Dissonant Whispers.
All right, that's a saving throw, right?
It is a wisdom save.
Is it safe to say that 11 doesn't make it?
It is safe to say that.
All right,
Yay.
go ahead and roll your damage.
Alright.
Clap.
Yes, Rendo is a cool name.
Oh my Jesus.
What'd you get?
That would be 21 damage,
Wow.
and
It has to travel
it must
a direction away from you.
immediately it must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move it as far as its speed allows away from me.
Well, if it were still alive, it would do that.
Okay.
But its head literally explodes. I apologize, Rendo. You are now wearing some cockatrice brains.
How's it taste?
It was raw.
Like chicken.
He'll
Yeah.
get... Come on, he'll get salmonella. Anyway, moving on.
This is fucking raw.
And the
You are
Emperor
close
dies
enough
from
to
raw
do...
chicken.
Huh?
I said, and the Emperor dies from raw chicken.
Yeah. Kelby, you've got a bonus action if you want to use it.
Am I within 60 feet of...
Of Rendo?
No, of the other one? That was still pursuing?
Hold on. No.
Well, then there's not really anything for... Actually, I will use the last of my movement speed to keep on going.
All right. Hey, Chiggy,
Towards-
have
yeah.
sushi. Sushi is awesome. All right, so you're
Alright.
all right, and actually that puts you in range.
Oh, alright. Well then, Vicious Mockery.
All right, that's another. Yeah, 6 does not make that. So what do you
Yay.
say?
Die, you featherless freak!
It turns, looks at its body for a second, preens its feathers, and then just kind of hangs its head.
Well, it also takes 5 damage and has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Alright, give me 1 second, because I have to add another one to the list. There we go. That one is dead. And it was 5 damage.
Yeah, 5 damage to that one.
Thank you. All right. And
That is all I can do.
Shield and Rhombus are going on this very last initiative. And Shield turns to both Carl and Flutter.
Yeah.
And says, oh, God, hold on, I have to pull out this fucking book because
Reasons and stuff.
I need to go with deities. Hold on. Thank you for your patience.
It's alright.
I wish I had remembered.
It's alright. I got I'm distracting myself with other things while I wait. It's all good.
Daldorn's blessings upon you. You both have bless on you now.
Awesome.
Nice. Inconvenient.
Plus 1d4 to saving throws and attacks.
Ooh.
That includes if you're using spells that do an attack roll, and Rhombus puts the sword arm up, and you hear a clang, and then you see the sword arm has it kind of now looks like a crossbow with a bayonet. And it's taking aim. And he is rolling at disadvantage because of the range. And you just see what kind of looks like a small ballista bolt hit the ground next to the one that you just insulted.
Jesus.
I hate missing.
Don't we all?
Happens to us all.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And we all do.
I'm going to roll the
man.
d4 anyway because... Yeah, it was low enough that it didn't matter, but I still wanted to roll the d4. I got a 4 out of it, but I still missed. So... Alright, Carl.
Hold on. Alrighty. So... I said that they were, like, at this point, like, within just 100 feet, whatever's.
Yes.
So in that case, I'm just double checking a couple of spells here. Damn it, that's really
I think you guys only ever get, like, 1 combat in a night.
Oh wow, it's already almost 9:30.
Yeah!
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Time flies.
You know what? Out of curiosity, I'm gonna do one of my level 3 spells.
Alright. So which one is it?
Hold on a second, let's find out the appropriate die.
All of them.
Hopefully this spell actually will die, but I'm thinking of using Erupting Earth.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yes, thankfully
remember.
I got it right here. It's choose a point where you
Xanathar's Guide?
Yeah.
but yeah, so whichever one is closest and within said, 120 foot range, I will hit that one.
Alright. And what does it say that spell does? Like,
I'll read what I see here. Choose a point you can see on the ground within range. A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on the failed save, or half on the successful one.
yeah.
Additionally, the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared away. Each 5-foot square portion of that area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
Yay.
Yeah.
Dang.
20-foot cube. All right.
Oh wow, that could actually really come in handy if any other if any other ugly chickens are in that
You know,
area.
I was about to mention that. If you center the target location of it past the one that just had a ballista bolt land next to it, you'll be able to tag 2 of them.
In that case, I will do just that.
All right, and it's a
So-
dex saving throw, you said?
Yes, dexterity saving throw, yes.
The higher of the 2 of them got a 10. I think they're getting hit by this.
Yeah.
Yay.
Because my spell DC is 13, so I think they're both going to take the full brunt of this, erupting volcano of Earth. So,
Right in the cloaca.
Pretty much, yeah. They're ugly chicken cloaca. And the total amount comes up to 15.
Oof.
Yes. They're feeling the pain.
Very nice.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that one that's you still see it, but there's like a lot of rock near it now. It was
Yeah.
pelted from below from rocks and other debris being ejected from the earth from the erupting earth spell.
You
It's
may
not
even
looking
say
very
I rocked
good.
it like a hurricane.
Oh, god damn it.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
You went Yellowstone on it. Alright, anyway. Is there something you want to do as a
What?
bonus action? Yellowstone, it's a gigantic volcano.
Oh.
Super
Well
volcano.
then, yeah, sure, let's go with that. But again, since a lot of my other stuff is like 30 to 60 feet, I think I'm good for now.
Alright. And Half Pint, you are pretty far from these things. And you're not on a horse. And I believe Shortbow's long range is 150
Pretty.
or 120.
Long range, 81 to 320 feet. Disadvantage though.
Yeah.
Must be
Um,
two-handed. He's going to go into
You can-
stealth again.
All right, because I was about to mention going stealth nullifies the disadvantage. Because if you fire, it's just a straight roll.
Right. So stealth is +8.
And which one are you targeting?
Gotta-
Wait, stealth
I'm
plus
not-
8. Go ahead and roll.
I'm not attacking anything yet, and my stealth roll was a 10. So I don't think I'm very invisible.
Well, you kind of get the impression they're also kind of distracted.
So at least
So-
he has that to his advantage.
If you're trying to catch up, you can move 60 feet. Hey, Laura Rigby.
He's gonna stay put for now. Actually, he's just gonna flop down and sort of see how this pans
Hello,
out.
Laura.
You just
Okay,
see this
no
weird-
problem.
You just see this weird, broken-looking dog just flop down on its belly and pretend to be invisible.
Little son of...
All right. And the one that just got the vicious mockery and then got pelted with rocks is turning toward Kelby, who is currently 40 feet from this thing. And it takes to the sky and is flying your direction to try to bite you. Ooh.
Cutting word.
Yeah, please do. What do you say?
Don't bite me. I don't know where your mouth has been, you filthy mongrel.
Right, and I believe you're still a D6.
That earned me a 6.
Yay.
Let me just double check, because you might actually be rolling something larger.
Oh, yes. My Bardic Inspiration is a D8.
Roll that. Watch him roll like a 2.
Nope, still a 6.
Yay.
Groovy.
Meant to be.
All right, so...
Yeah, meant to do that.
So, would a 13 hit you?
It would not.
All right. So, it kind of twitches back for a second as you're talking at it, and then goes to snap at you, and you're just like, nope.
Screw you.
All right. And... Oh, shit. Come on. Straighten up. Flutter,
Yes.
you are in range of that thing if you want to drop another bolt.
I do. So it
All
needs
right.
to make a dex save.
First, roll a wisdom check. Base wisdom check. Don't worry, it's a low DC.
13.
You know your spell well enough to know that if there are two things that are within 5 feet of each other, within the 5 feet of the bolt or more, it will strike all of them.
Well, you see, I can just choose a point you can see. It doesn't say choose a creature you can see. So I can actually put the bolt so that'll only have the cockatrice, not Kelby. So
Yay.
the cockatrice needs to make a dex save.
All right.
Jesus.
Well, I can tell you right now it didn't make it.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Natural 1.
This one is not as great for damage.
It won't have to be.
Okay, 18.
Be right back.
Okay.
So you watch as this thing just becomes like one of those cooked chicken kind of things and falls to the ground.
Hey guys, I cooked it.
That's it. Just... You're not close enough to do most other things, but... Alright, moving on. Rendo. You still see one further off that you could probably get to, and I also want you on this turn, because you're going to be moving forward, roll a perception check for me.
Alrighty. That is a 4.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
No problem. Alright then, I'll move up again. Dart.
Alright. Go ahead and give me those rolls.
The first one is a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
For 5 damage.
Oof.
The second one is a 14.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, that hits.
For 8 damage.
Alright, so where exactly are you tagging it with the second one?
Like right where the wing connects into the shoulder.
So you take the entire wing off with that second dart, and it just slumps over and just bleeds, just big pool of blood. Big for a creature that's technically small.
Yeah,
Be a main artery in there, so yeah.
Yep.
makes sense.
And it's just on the ground. Not moving.
Makes sense.
Was that the last one? Do I see what it was chasing?
You rolled a 4.
Okay.
So you don't know. Steve moves up and actually catches up to you, Rendo, and everyone finally catches up. And by the way, everyone who's not Rendo, please give me a perception roll, please.
Ooh.
Does that include me?
That You're
Yeah.
you're halfway from where you were to where they are now.
So perception is
That
plus
would be a
4.
12.
Holy shit! Chiggy!
Ooh.
I got
Chiggy
Yeah,
just
good
threw a super
Aw.
chat at me.
Thank you.
Thank
For
you.
the bloody chickens.
The hell?
I got
Thank
a
you
dirty
very
20.
much.
I got the
I got
23.
myself
A dirty 20?
dirty 20. So 19 plus 1.
All right.
I got a
I
23.
got a 17.
17.
17
Jesus
for me.
Christ. Yeah, and
And I got a
that
12.
right there, donated through Super Chat. The fuck? Says, bloody chickens, lol. Holy
Bloody
shit.
chickens, lol, indeed.
Alright, so Kelby, what did you get?
12.
Alright. You're more interested in looking at the handiwork of the boss man. But you three notice that there's just this figure kind of looking around the corner of a tree that's just off. Because two of you rolled 20 or higher. You two specifically notice it looks like a hobgoblin. Same
I'll
orange
point
skin.
her out to Rendo.
And you notice this time.
Okay.
And
And I'll call out, "Are you okay?"
they it kind of pulls back a little bit and then slowly comes out. It looks like a hobgoblin child.
Yes, so we hope Goblin.
I forgot I talk like a valley girl. That's why.
I'll ask it in
God.
Goblin. If it's hurt.
Responds in Goblin because you're not sure. You think that might be the only language this one speaks. Sounds like a young girl. I got too far from home. I'm okay now. I think. For you guys, the rest of you guys who don't understand Goblin, by the way, who understands Goblin, other than Rendo?
No.
Nope.
Kelby does.
Okay.
Killy.
I mean, I can cast tongues on myself and understand.
Do you have it prepared?
No.
Okay then. Yeah, the only one who can ritual cast spells that they don't have prepared is Carl,
I know.
which is
Carl.
pretty fucking dope for wizards. Anyway, moving on.
Yay,
So yeah,
useful
Kelby,
stuff.
you got that too. The rest of you heard Ishkabdulush Bahathara.
What was she speaking? What?
I'll ask her, does she need any healing?
Hello?
If
I
need
literally
be, I'll
hear crickets
translate.
behind me, which is weird.
So Rendo just said he's translating.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And, she raises up her arm, and you notice it's not flesh.
Oh boy.
I don't have
It
greater
can't be good.
restoration. Because that's a level 5 spell.
Do you have medicine, the skill?
I believe I do.
Who has medicine as a trained skill?
Hold on. Train skills.
It's half
nope.
trained for me.
I've got
Nope, not
survival.
me.
You're the last ditch effort.
I have points in it, but I do not have it trained.
Yeah, same here.
Not you either, Rendo.
No, I'm not trained in medicine. I've got a +2 to it, but I'm not trained in it.
All right, and Half Pint, you don't have medicine, right?
I have -1 to medicine, but I do
Okay.
have a +1 to survival.
Yeah, that would not apply here.
No.
Kelby,
Yes, sir.
since you do not have it on as an actual trained skill, I rolled it for you. What is your
It's
your
just
bonus
a plus
to it?
one.
Just a +1?
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 17. You've
Nice.
heard a tale of being able to take some of the blood of a creature that turns its prey to stone and using that to make a potion to undo that affliction.
Uh-huh. Hey, Steve, can I have one of them jars? Wait, Steve's a horse.
Steve actually turns, the horse turns and looks at you for a moment, then looks down at its body and then this one will help. And reaches for a jar and grabs it, brings it over.
Thank you, sir. I
Alright,
go
so
and lead a cockatrice.
well, you have no trouble there because one had its entire wing ripped off. So you figure you can just lift it and just kind of shake it a little bit into the... and I want you to roll medicine at advantage because you are being aided by Steve.
Alright. That would be an 8.
That was at advantage?
Yep, I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Jesus. You can't remember the recipe.
Damn.
Can I try? I have a +3 to medicine.
Walk over. You have to do it at disadvantage.
Okay. That would be a 9.
That would be a bardic
can't
inspiration
remember
die. Add 8 more.
Alright,
Okay.
so that's a 17. He's walking me through what he heard, and I'm piecing together.
All
The
right.
stuff that I can't remember.
Yeah.
So, through all of that, you're able to figure out, thankfully there's a couple of the herbs that are actually just growing in the grasses, and you're able to just mash them
Mortar and
together.
pestle.
No, you don't even need that. You just kind of grind a little bit into the head of your hammer, because it's dried, thankfully. And then
A little bit of from a water skin.
yeah, oddly enough, the wine was also an ingredient.
I said water, not wine, but okay. Wine works.
Turn water to wine. Anyway, and you shake it up like a cocktail. And I presume you bring it over to her.
Yeah.
She kind of recoils at first.
I tell her in Goblin, don't worry, it'll help. And then in Common say, I think.
And I apply it. And also, while I'm putting it on, also cast Cure Wounds.
All right, roll your cure wounds. Oh God, what the fuck? I hate that it does this sometimes.
So that's 5
There we go.
points of healing
All right.
plus the potion.
And
Bomb.
you notice it had actually gotten a little further up the arm, but the moment you started rubbing, it started receding. And her eyes get real big as she just watches her hand turn back to normal. And you see you actually kind of see a divot in her hand, which didn't get healed because it was stone at the time you healed. And she just kind of holds it for a moment and nods at you. That's it. And then, what are you guys doing? You have a girl that's just holding her injured hand.
I'll pick her up.
Whew. She's like, I'd say the equivalent of like a 9-year-old, so you have no problem there.
Ask her where she lived.
Pessima.
Is that the town we're going to?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
She can ride on the horse with me to the town.
But first, she points off towards where she was headed. My family.
Are they okay?
She kind of holds up her injured hand. Weren't as lucky.
I assume that was translated, so can I make more of that potion?
You didn't use all of it to begin with.
Beautiful.
So let's go in the direction she pointed.
Alright, and while you're doing that, I want those that recognize the creatures to roll just a basic intelligence check. Basic intelligence I use for if you'll recall something from memory. About something you're already...
Who was rolling that again?
Everyone that recognized what those creatures were when we first saw them.
And what check was that again?
Basic intelligence.
I got a 15.
Intelligence, so that's a +1 for me. 7. That's half fine.
Alright, so who got the highest?
I got a 15.
That would be the highest.
Alright. So, what you recall of these cockatrices is when they do turn people to stone, it's usually not a forever thing. Like, it usually wears off.
I reiterate this to the young hobgoblin-y girl.
And her eyes kind of light up. Really? By the way, just so you know how far out you are, it's starting to get to be dusk. So you've been traveling most of the day. Should have mentioned that earlier.
Well, that's okay.
And she leads you all to where... Now I don't want to touch this part of my hand. I don't know why.
Touch.
It's like... I imagine like a divot in my own hand because I'm that fucking dedicated to role-playing. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Anyway, she leads you, and you actually see a handful of hobgoblins, men, women, of varying ages, but they all kind of look... Well, Rendo, you easily notice that they look related. Everyone else is kind of just like... they're hobgoblins.
And given that they're all stonified, they really, really just look like hobgoblins.
Now, the reason I say it like that is, have you ever... God, this is going to sound like I'm comparing hobgoblins to cats, but have you ever owned several red cats, and nobody can tell which one is which?
Nope.
I owned 12 red cats. My brother and I were the only ones who could tell the fucking difference between them.
Yeah.
Even our parents couldn't fucking tell the difference.
Actually, perfect example. Identical twins. typically only their closest family members can guaranteed tell them apart.
Yes. Until someone gives one of them a facial scar.
Well, yeah.
Or a facial tattoo.
Then the other one
or
has
just
to comply.
a facial.
Sir. All right.
Anyway.
Actually, even then, it can be a little
Facial with these.
troublesome.
Yeah. But anyways, so I will apply the balm again, and also as they come to and heal up, I'll.
You
do
only
a-
have enough for 2 of them.
Can I make more? That's why I was saying, can I make more? Because there was
You
a
could.
bloody cockatrice.
Yeah. Yeah,
So, yes, I would've made
you
more.
would have made more. Okay. You filled up the entire jar with it.
Yeah.
However, after you filled the entire jar, you're down to about a quarter of the jar left. After you've done everybody.
Okay.
So.
This will be handy for later, just in case.
Ha-ha!
And with each one, I do another, like, cure wounds as I heal them. You know. Just to kind of...
And, you know...
It's the end of the day. I'll get my spells back in the morning.
And you do notice that, you know, the stone goes back to a wound.
Yay.
It recedes all the way to the wound, and then it's still a wound when it's done. Because you're supposed to wait until after.
Well, that's what I'm...
And that's what you learned. It's okay. But, oh, Jesus fucking Christ with the goddamn...
Stop
Jesus.
flailing your arms so wildly.
Raise the roof. Anyway,
Anyways,
so they just explained that they had picked up things in town and then were besought by these cockatrices, and they had actually gotten a guard first, who was one of the last ones that you healed, and you know his spear is completely obliterated, but they all thank you, and they don't have the supplies that they had originally come for, so they're actually heading back towards Shawarma-Larma.
like,
Even at this time of night.
Oh, good point. No, they end up spending the night with you. If you know
How
what I
many-
mean.
How many of them are there?
There are 7, including the
Holy
young
crap.
girl.
oh boy.
Can I speak with the parents of the girl to try to have them persuade them to align with me?
You just bring up that you now rule the town, and they're just looking at you in awe. That not only were they saved by a fellow hobgoblin, but a lord of a nation.
Also,
Oh lordy.
as everyone is gearing down and getting ready, I also create food and water, so we all have...
Just like 45 pounds of potatoes.
No, it's a variety of food. Of
Okay.
tasty food.
Like
And
Variety
some
food.
porridge, and some like
Some pork.
some poi, which is more accurate because it's supposed to be bland and
Yeah.
but nourishing.
So blasé. Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
boring
bit-
food, but food just the same.
And 30 gallons of water.
Splash.
And within seconds, you've got a kobold right there in the middle of it.
And you hear Rhombus on the cart go, "Wash hands."
Ah,
He looks up,
And
wipes
basically-
his hands on his clothes, and then goes back to eating.
And because we're winding down, and we're just gonna pick up from here next time with more role play. We're gonna actually go more into in depth into what the hobgoblins tell you guys about next time, next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I, as a measure for the night, for the random group of hobgoblins, they are now in a tiny hut with me.
All right.
Plus one extra person if they so choose.
That's up to the rest of you. The Warforged offer to just guard. All 3 of them.
Yeah, but obviously I have to be in the hut.
Yeah.
And then I can have 8 more in the hut, and if there's 7 of them, so I can have 1 random party member with me.
I'll stay under the sky.
Okay.
Ah.
Well, if no
Hey,
one else takes
that means there's going to be another heart-to-heart with S.H.I.E.L.D. All right, go ahead,
Oh.
Carl.
So I guess if no one else takes that extra spot, then I guess Carl will take it.
Good idea for squishy wizards.
And maybe you might have something to talk to Kelby about.
Oh.
Because, you might
Right,
feel guilty about the whole situation.
Right, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought
So-
we apologized for that this morning.
I know. But I'm sure you've got some kind of emotional feeling, which you can explore next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh god, I think I know what you're insinuating. Oh,
No,
God.
I'm not. You can
Well,
be...
that's how it sounded to me.
You can be sorrowful. You can feel guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
okay,
can
now-
talk
now
about
I
how
actually see what you're
terrible
talking
you
about.
feel that the whole situation happened. Because it's good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And all of
And
that
see.
will happen,
Oh,
I
yes.
think, if I fucking remember, next time on Dragon Ball Z. Thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, Chiggy Diwa fucking super chatted earlier, so that's one way you can help out. You can also hit the join button on YouTube. You can hit the subscribe button on Twitch. You can hit the follow button on Mixer. I don't have graphics that pop up for Mixer yet because they've got their own thing and I don't have an app for that yet. And I've also got a Patreon, just, patreon.com/DJ Winza, I think. Let me just double check. No, it's not. I can't easily put it in, but
It's in the YouTube description.
it's in the YouTube description, but copy, paste. There you go. It'll appear on screen. Oh god.
Yeah, that's just...
It's not going to show up very well. It's going to be truncated.
It's patreon.com/DJ Winza.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Thank you. Sweet.
Yeah.
That works.
When you click on the link, that's what it says up in the address bar.
Okay,
Awesome.
I should probably
Probably
up.
truncate that.
Yeah. DJWNZA. There we go.
Nabooty.
All right, cool. Awesome. All right, so remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, however you prepare your poultry for dinner, remember that I love you all.
Chicken.
But I'm going to need you guys to get the fuck out of my house.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Whoa.
Adios.
Get out of my hut!
Oh, I see how it is.